My name's Christopher Hildebrand. I'm the owner of Fern Roby.
Okay.
And about 3 years ago I started getting into audio, and I have an industrial design and manufacturing firm, and we've mostly been implementing other people's ideas for the past 14 years. So about 2 years ago I started getting into some audio after I started a furniture line, and then my friend Jamie, who owned a foundry, and I decided to make a cast iron and bronze turntable.
Wow, great idea as far as I'm concerned.
And the Tredegar is the cast iron and bronze. That's in the picture over there on the right here. Yeah. And it has a 35-pound bronze plinth and a 35-pound bronze platter and a cast iron plinth. And that's a Schroeder tone arm on it. And then this table is our newest table. It's the Montrose. And I took everything that I learned from making the Tredegar, and then I baked it into a more manufacturable envelope. So this material is actually Richlight. It's a phenolic resin and recycled paper. So the last thing that we did is we developed our own tone arm.
Wow, that's extremely ambitious in this world. Now, what does this one cost? This big one?
The deck is $10,500.
Okay, without an arm.
Without an arm or a cartridge. And right now, what we're working on doing is trying to get a table to a larger market. So I selected the Denon DL103R cartridge, and then with our tone arm and the Montrose table, we're selling that for just under $5,000.
Oh. Now, I noticed that there's no slots in the head shell, so you're locked into this, or you can slide. Yeah, okay.
So you loosen the arm board, and then you can rotate it. And
so it's a unipivot. You got the cup in there. Is it a sapphire cup, or what is it?
This is a stainless steel cup.
Okay.
And it's we designed our own tool to actually clean up and ream the surface. So there's a 16th diameter hole, and then we use that tool to actually mill the radius to a 5/1000 radius that sits on the carbide pin.
Oh, okay.
So
and there's anti-skating somehow in there, or no?
We've been playing around with different pin materials, and then looking at the geometry of where the wire is. There is some friction in the bearing, it being a kind of a pin and a ring.
Right.
So my initial stab at it was to really work on trying to get the bearing, and for the last 3 or 4 months I've been having really great results. So I just pushed into a new revision. This is how I dealt with Azimuth Adjustment. So gross adjustment is the whole BTF assembly,
right? And
then the fine adjustment is actually an internal eccentric mass, so that you just swing it the other way.
Got you.
I found that in messing around with this stuff, I had a hard time getting a really refined azimuth adjustment with this kind of eccentric mass. You would just overshoot it, and then you couldn't correct.
Right.
So the idea here is that you can actually see relatively what you've done, and it's a lightweight.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's smart.
But I also wanted to keep it concentric.
Right.
And I wanted the tone arm to be really simple looking and straightforward.
Yeah.
Usually they can end up being, they look like contraptions.
Yeah. And what is this made out of?
Carbon fiber.
Okay.
So Richlight, brass, 70-75 aluminum.
And you got brass weights in here around the platter.
Yeah. What we actually discovered, we started with that 35-pound bronze platter, and when we shifted down to this platter, which was only 4.5 pounds, the resonance in the bell actually was enormous. It was about 2 hertz. So we went back and added 8 more pounds, and our motor control. Well, here, I'll show you.
It's an AC synchronous motor, or?
It's an AC synchronous motor, and we have a high frequency drive. It has an optical sensor, and it measures the speed of the platter, and then it'll tell you when it's at the optimum speed. And if it hits, if it's slowed down or something, it'll tell you, and it'll auto-correct once per revolution.
Wow.
and then you just dial it into 45, and it'll take itself up to 45.
Wow. That's very neat. And where's this made?
I make it in Richmond, Virginia.
Wow.
So
That's fantastic.
So our platter and bearing design is a center of mass concept, where the ceramic ball is at the center of the mass of the platter.
Right.
And then all of our bushings are down below the surface, and it's a class fit reamed bronze bushing. So most of the work is actually being done with gravity and balance, but the bushings are just a real light touch. So we have a really good rundown.
And this is what the sensor sees?
Yeah, the optical sensor reads the 48 teeth, clocks it against a crystal reference clock, and then makes micro adjustments. So we have an acceleration curve where we really step on the gas to get the platter up to speed in about 6 seconds, and then we back way off of the power, and then just make really tiny course corrections.
Wow. Really, really interesting and really well done.
Thank you.
Great. That's all?
That's what I've been working on this last 3 to 6 months, and this is our phono preamp.
Oh, so that isn't all.
Mr. Fern, can we have a group of your...
Sure, let me just finish
Yeah.
the video.
Very interesting.
So we designed a balanced input, moving coil, moving magnet design.
Let's try to get it under the light, otherwise we're not. Okay, there we go.
I don't put this down. So this is our daughter board. So this is the gain stage.
Okay.
We have our loading and our gain on the daughter board, and then so we provide 3 different daughter boards with each phono preamp, and you can just pop it out and change it. And we have a couple different ones that you like for different cartridges, or we've actually even discovered that some different pressings who are mastered by different engineers have slightly different personalities, and if you have a different daughter board with a different gain and loading, you can really get a lot more out of the pressing.
So if you want to go to that trouble, I like to just play tunes, but that's a great thing to offer.
Well, part of what we were really trying to do here, we have a hybrid of surface mount and through-hole construction. We wanted to keep everything small, which keeps it affordable, and also keeps it possible to keep it near the tone arm.
And what's I don't understand. The input is a multi-pin.
It's a mini XLR connector, and we chose that because of it's a balanced input design, so we wanted more pins, and we have a shield.
So this is a dedicated system, in other words. It's for your particular system, because that is not a normal plug.
Right, but if somebody wanted our table, we would supply this tone arm, and they had a conventional RCA.
If they want, right,
yeah, and then we have an adapter. If somebody wanted this, they could use it with a regular RCA.
And what are you selling the phono preamp for?
$925.
It's under $1,000. And how much gain does it have?
You can choose what gain you want.
Up to 70 dB?
Something like that, yeah, like 44 to 70.
Oh, okay.
So we can run moving magnet or moving coil.
Right. I'm going to take one of these. This is great. I really like what you've done. It's really smart.
That's our catalog there.
I'll take that. And maybe I could review this on my website at some point?
Oh, I'd love to talk to you about
In the
that.
spring?
So this is actually some of our furniture. This is how I got started, is designing and making furniture.
So you Fern or Roby?
They're my grandmothers.
Ah, that's their names?
Their middle names, yeah.
Oh, cool. That's great. And you're a very young guy to get involved in this vinyl thing, so...
I'm 42.
You're young.
But I play vinyl, and I listen to vinyl, and I make mixtapes from vinyl, and I actually found myself losing my love of music after MP3s. And it snuck up on me, and I got busy running my company, and then I had all this digital music, and I found myself not listening.
That's right. Oh, I talked to a lot of older guys who got rid of the turntable in the 80s, got a CD player, got CDs, and then they just stopped listening. And they thought it was because they were too busy. or they weren't interested in music anymore. What they found was there was nothing nourishing about sitting and listening to a CD. It's devoid of the issues that make you want to listen to music. And now they're back into it the way they were, and they're loving every music.
There's two things that that really are important to me. One is the fact that you have to really be in the moment. You have to choose a piece of music. You have to put it on. You have to set the needle down. Then you have to really focus and listen to it. And then you have to be ready to get up and turn it off.
But it also makes you want to focus and listen to it.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
And the second thing is that, like, when I listen to vinyl on a really good system, I get chills.
That's right.
And I never got that. I didn't start tapping my foot and feel happy when I was listening to MP3s.
Especially MPs, but even CDs, I believe. I find that to be the case.
Well, I think because it's a mechanical physical system. Its reproduction of sound and its sense is actually natural, like a guitar or a violin.
I agree.
You know, and if you have something that's all ones and zeros, it's not going to miss a beat, but it's going to, the thing that is a little bit of variation that human hearing can pick up on, you miss it, and you don't feel like you're actually listening to it.
I agree. We're in agreement about everything. Okay, I gotta move on. Thanks.
This is the furniture, and then all of my audio is in here.
Okay, great.
And so this is the Montrose that you're looking at.
And how do you sell direct, or you're saying trying to set up dealers, or?
I am mostly selling direct right now, but I've been cautiously, slowly working on things. We've put so much energy into our brand, and we're, as industrial designers and people who love aesthetics, we're really careful.
It's just really beautiful. It is absolutely, the look of it is fantastic.
Well, I wanted it to reference old. I wanted it to look like a turntable.
Yep.
You know, it was kind of a historic thing for me to say, like, this was important and nostalgic.
Yeah. So Michael, this is the new Pear Audio turntable power supply.
Yeah, so this is the new one that they just developed, which works for all the turntables. You can buy it as an optional.
And how much does it cost?
It's the same as the old price, actually.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, which I'm getting to in 1 second.
Okay.
It's $19.95.
Okay.
And it has two improved things. One, it sounds slightly better, even though the other one was already good. But also now you don't have to change the belt. You just leave the belt on 33 and then just change it here.
Oh, good. And it's a digitally chord synthesized frequency. This is an AC motor in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
ultra the motor ultra and low torque. You know, where you have to spin it.
Yep. Okay, and what else is new in the analog domain?
So then the rack that I just showed you.
Okay. Not the rack. Okay.
I mean the
record rack, about $295. Okay, and what else?
And then in the room downstairs we have a brand new turntable.
This is the new Pear Audio Blue. That's new.
Yeah,
I knew it looked familiar.
So this is the Captain John Handy SE, and as you can see, it's the same size as the Robin Hood in the plinth.
Okay, so this is okay.
Same size, but it's the plinth material of the top model. So it's solid wood, and then it has a separate motor housing, but without making it bigger. See, so it doesn't touch. It's just standing out here. And that's the corner. That's the corner 2 arm.
Okay, so what you've done basically is mixed and matched and made a change.
Well, you know, there's some people that want to have the sound from the bigger models where they have the solid wood plinth, which makes a difference.
Right.
But they don't want the size necessarily and the complication. So this way you get separate motor housing, which makes it very quiet. You get all the advantages of the solid wood plinth.
And
but
what does it cost?
So it's $3,500 with the corner 1 or $4,500 with the corner 2.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So Brian Ackerman of AA Audio Imports has graciously volunteered to show us this new Thales turntable. This is the TTT Compact 2. Now, this was in Munich? He had it in the room there?
Right.
It wasn't.
It was in Munich, and I think they had this exact finish in Munich. This is a new bronze finish.
Yeah, that's right. I think it was.
Platter's been redesigned so you can. It's easier to get the record on and off. It's got the groove here. Let's see. Let's pull this off here. Show you the biggest change. Oh, that's a snug fit.
It's a snug fit. That's a good thing, so it doesn't wobble. See, I always put the stylus guard back on before I do this because you can Okay, good.
There we go.
But it's your cartridge, so you don't care.
The whole new motor design there.
Yeah.
Much more substantial, and the way the belt is routed actually, around these pulleys here is all new.
Yeah, that's obvious. Can you measure improved speed control, or is it?
Yeah, I believe. I mean, when we tested the speed, we got it rock solid. It wasn't varying at all.
Okay.
And these are a little different. The lockdowns.
Right. Yep.
And there's some other changes that they made. I don't know every
But they're
little
secret.
change.
They're secret.
Yeah, especially underneath.
In terms of the
and the feet. The feet are different.
Yep.
And they're using a bearing in there.
And the arm, is it? That hasn't changed.
That is the new Simplicity 2 arm.
Okay, it's the new Simplicity 2 arm. Okay. So now what does the turntable cost, and what does the arm cost, and what does the package cost?
Okay, the table is $14,500 and the arm is $92,000.
And together, it's $14,500 plus $92,000, or do you give people a little bit of a break for buying both?
Sure, why not?
Why not? Give them a break. Okay, good. Thank you.